If you're like me and you go out to a public place such as a bar or a restaurant and you're trying to enjoy the atmosphere and all of a sudden someone lights up a cigarette, it tends to make your evening not as pleasant. Um, Laws implementing bans on indoor smoking have been introduced by a lot of countries over the years, with some public officials even stating that scientific evidence that shows tobacco smoking is harmful to not just the smoker, but to those inhaling the secondhand smoke. So today I'm going to go talk about this smoking ban, which has been a big topic in my state of Maryland, where the ban was implemented not long ago, February 1st of 2008. Some of the topics I'm going to discuss are the medical and scientific explanations for implementing smoking bans, as well as the effects of those smoking bans health-wise, on the tobacco industry, good and bad, and also on businesses. So first, let's go over the medical and scientific basis. Um, Research has generated a lot of evidence on this, that secondhand smoke causes the same problems as direct smoking, such as lung cancer, cardiovascular disease, asthma, um, emphysema, um, and the analysis showed that lifelong smokers with partners who smoke in the home have a 20 to 30% greater chance of getting lung cancer than non-smokers who live with non-smokers. And even non-smokers exposed to cigarettes in the workplace have an increased lung cancer risk of 16 to 19%. And the scientific organizations that can confirm these effects are the Center for U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, as well as the Surgeon General, who even puts the warning on the cigarettes. Another, I think, a scientific benefit of this ban is the how it will improve our air quality. Bans on smoking in bars and restaurants can substantially improve air quality. For example, there was a study on the website for the Centers of Disease Control that was done in New York State, and to eliminate smoking in enclosed workplaces and public places. And the study showed that this ban substantially reduced the RSP, or respiratory suspended particles, levels, which reduced in every venue that permitted smoking before the law was implemented, including venues in which only secondhand smoke from an adjacent room. The CDC concluded that the results were similar to other studies, which also show substantially improved air quality after smoking bans. Now that you know some of the medical and scientific basis for smoking bans in public places, I'm going to go over the effects of actual smoking bans. The first one being the effects on your health, which is huge. Several studies have shown that have documented health and economic benefits related to smoking bans. In the first 18 months after Pueblo, Colorado enacted a 2003 smoking ban, hospital admissions for heart attacks dropped by 27%, while admissions at a neighboring town without smoking bans showed no change. The decline in heart attacks was attributed to the smoking ban, which reduced exposure to secondhand smoke. Another effect is tobacco use. This is actually a positive or a negative effect of the ban, which is strange. But a report that stated in Ireland and Scotland that cigarette sales actually increased after a smoking ban. And then in contrast, on the positive note, reports state that in Ireland cigarette sales fell by 16%. in 6 months after the ban's introduction. Smoking bans also make it easier, I believe, for smokers to quit. There's a survey in the UK that suggested 22% of UK smokers may quit in response to a smoking ban in enclosed public places. Another effect is on businesses. Of course, there's it seems like there's more negative than positive benefit for businesses, but um, uh, a majority of studies have found that there's no negative economic impact associated with bans, and many findings suggest that there may be a positive effect on local businesses. It gives in the absence of smoking bans, businesses could implement a smoke-free environment. Customers could, either choose if they want to frequent that place, and the customer can factor in the negative or positive effects of an establishment's environment, when choosing whether or not to patronize it. And then, therefore, I think businesses could benefit when they have the freedom to provide the environment that their customers value most. Um, and so as you've heard, banning smoking in public places has many effects, both positive and negative, but I think more on the positive note. With the medical and scientific data that I provided, and as well as the effects of banning smoking in public places, I believe banning smoking could it could be an important reason, or actually an important element in lowering smoking rates and promoting public health. If we can change human behavior, just the slightest, away from an unhealthy behavior, I believe that towards a healthier lifestyle, that it can make the world that we live in a so much better place to live and breathe in.